Gonna need to cut this damn grass again soon. Well, it's an overcast day today. Had a bit of rain. It's good for the garden. There's no wind. It's nice and peaceful. Probably spoke too soon. I can hear a pigeon or a dove cuckooing in the distance. He's in the distance for a reason. Comes in this garden, it'd be murdered. So my little black cat, Rios, or as he is now known, the murderer, caught a mouse or a vole or something and was chucking it up in the air and playing with it like a seal with a ball, despite my best efforts to save its life. Well, let's put it like this. We're not going to have to feed Rios for a couple of days. Idiot. Anyhow, welcome to southern Russia. Thought I'd have a little live update. Went to Krasnodar for a couple of days, and aside from it being a beautiful city and going out for a nice dinner, just generally having a look around, a bit of filming, a couple of live streams, had a really great experience, and I've detailed it in a video that I'll upload in a few days. But I met a guy there whilst trying to get a key cut for the new car, which I'll digress slightly. It's got a box on the back of the car where you can have it's got a picnic table and storage and stuff. And the key that you get with it is pathetic. It really is absolutely stupid. So I've been trying to get a key cut, but it's a special type of key and you can't just get it cut anywhere, of course. But we managed to find a place in Krasnodar. I didn't go there for that, but just stumbled across this place. A little pop-up shop in one of the shopping centres. But the technology, I've uploaded a little short video already. The technology blew me away. You know, just in a shopping centre in Russia, casual, little CNC machine. And he was able to cut that key and any key, just with this new equipment. So that was really cool. But the best part about it was the guy. Let me just have a look at some settings before I wrap it on. The best part about it was the guy. Name was Timur. And once again, yet again, I had a very humbling experience with a Russian. Never met the guy, obviously. Just got a key cut with him, but he was lovely. He's a really nice guy, and got the key cut, wandered off, sat outside the shops while the wife and daughter went shopping. We all know what fun that is, guys. It's like waiting to die, isn't it? But there I was, sat on a bench in my own world, wishing my life away. And Timur came and found me and basically said, I'd like to give you a gift. And me being British, straight away went, what's the catch? Because people don't do that. And I said, okay, well, what is it? And he said, I want to give you this flask. And I'll engrave it for you. And I went, aha, that's the catch. Give me the flask, but charge me for the engraving. And he, no, it's free. So, okay, along we went. And I won't give you the full details, you'll have to watch the video. But his generosity and kindness ended with this little pin, this little lapel badge, I don't know if that focuses or not, but it's a little enamelled pin, and he took that off of his clothes, so it was personal to him, and gave it to me, and basically said, I want you to have it. It's a Russian pin, and it means always ready. It's written in Russian, an inscription. I need to do some research on it. But like I say, you'll have to watch the video. It was a very humbling experience, and once again, just shows the kindness and generosity of Russians. And I say that with a deep sigh, because it's getting more and more frustrating seeing the BS that comes out of mainstream media about Russians. It's not my experience. It's just not, you know. Some people say I'm a Putin propagandist. Some people say I'm a paid shill. None of those. Just a bloke that came to Russia and has discovered that everything he was told about Russia was a load of lies. So yeah, yet again, another humbling experience. My videos show Russia in a good light, I guess. Do you know why that is? Because that's my experience. Yeah, it is that simple. I show you what I see. Good, bad, ugly. Sometimes my videos show you, you know, old houses that fall into bits. You know, sometimes the roads don't look so great. Sometimes there are dogs running around. But sometimes there are beautiful parks and beaches, and vineyards. But do you know what ties the whole lot together? The people of this country. I have nothing but gratitude, I suppose, for the way that I've been treated here by the people of this country. Across the board. And it really is truly humbling. It really is. And I've said before, you know, it's brought me to tears at times, the way people have treated me, just because I'm not expecting it, don't deserve it. And I know that that's not how we're brought up in the West. We're brought up to hate, based on who we're told to hate at the time. And I think people have lost the ability of critical thought and to make up their own mind. And the frenzy that's in the media for you guys to hate Russia and Russians is just off the charts. So that's the reason for my channel, that's the reason for my lives, is to show you my life. It's my life experience here in Russia. Sorry, I've been eating baklava this morning, which we got in Krasnodar. I've never had baklava. Oh, it's lovely. Yeah, it's to show you my life, my experience. Camera on, camera off. Very basic, very raw. But real. Not BS, not edited, not fancy, not propaganda. Just real life. And yeah, I'm feeling very, what's the word? Don't know, but I'm feeling this. I'm feeling grateful. And in a contemplative mood. Just, you know, sometimes I think you live a life and it's so good and everything's so going so well that you're just waiting for something to go wrong. You're just trying to pinch yourself, you know, and sort of think, okay, what's the catch? What's the catch? And much like yesterday, when Timor just came up to me and said, can I give you a gift? What's the catch? That's the first reaction, isn't it? And that's that's kind of where I am, because this country's wonderful. But this country is a result of the people. And the people here are wonderful. Anyhow, let's say hello. Sorry, I'm waffling on, I know. And probably half of you think I'm an idiot, but there are lots of channels. Morning, Andrew. How you doing? Oh, Svetlana. Svetlana? Yeah, I'll have a go with that. Svetlana. She said hi. Cowboy Brothers, how's your day going? Yeah, pretty good, mate. Weather's clearing up. We had a bit of rain, a bit overcast. As I said earlier, my cat was murdering a mouse this morning. But it's a lovely still day, and the clouds are breaking up, and we're going to have some sunshine. So I'll be uncovering the pool soon, I think. Not necessarily swimming in it. It's about 17 degrees. Needs to be a bit warmer for me, really. I'm acclimatised now. Can't think of the word. But 17 degrees is about the temperature of the English Channel in summer. So, yeah. Useless piece of information, I know. But Cowboy Builders, my day's going pretty cool. Razor, no idea what that means. Maxim, nice to see you. Hope you're keeping well. Razor said hi. GP and Vlogs. Thank you. Thumbs up. Rose and thank you. Navy SEAL. It's not about Russians. It's about Putin's mafia. Oh, God. Really? You're watching too much telly, mate. Too much TV. Yeah. I'm guessing you've never been to Russia. Turn the telly off, mate. Games Boy from Russia. Ist Russland besser als Amerika oder nicht? Nun ja, zum jest fürs jest. Yeah, for me, Russia is better. Although I haven't been to America, so I'm just giving you my opinion now, not based in any kind of fact. Because I'm English, I'm not American. But let's take your comparison and why I think Russia is better. It's simple. It's one reason. The people. They're sincere and genuine. Yeah. I know, uncomfortable truth, isn't it? Andrew, how do I get paid to do what you how do I get paid to do what you do? Get out of it. Sling your hook. You're not getting paid to do what I do. If you're talking about YouTube, you've got to go through, I think, YouTube's partnership program, where you just have to jump through a load of hoops. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth doing or not. I mean, if you've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, it's definitely worth doing. You can earn a very good living with YouTube. Depends what you want, mate. But message me, and I don't really, to be honest, I'm not sure I can give you better advice than that, other than go through the YouTube partnership program. And it's a step-by-step process, and you have to do this, and, you know, jump through this hoop and click a button and get something sent to you, etc., etc. Alexei. Privyet. Video. Oh, Alexei. Can't, but I'm sure it says hello. Hi. Game Boys from Russia. Russia has everything. The only problem is the lack of the SWIFT system. Yeah. I wouldn't worry too much about that. First and foremost, SWIFT in its current form as we say, is numbered in days, because it's an antiquated system. It's over 50 years old. Yeah, it's going to be getting an upgrade. Me know things. So I won't worry too much about the SWIFT system. Yes, getting money into Russia isn't straightforward, but where there's a will, there's a way, and there always is. There he is, look. The murderer. Look, Daddy, it was here where I ate it. Git. It's not like you're not fed, is it? You've got a tracker around him. It's like, you see, it's like an air tag hanging from his neck. And I can make it bleep. Now all I need to do is wire it up. I can give him a little electric shock. Bless him. Loved a little ball to death, but was unimpressed with his mouse capades this morning. He won't need feeding, will he? Andre, don't know about your Putin's propaganda, but you're definitely a bold dude. Bold or bald? Thank you, Andre. Game boys from Russia. The problem of our country is corruption and migrants, especially Islamic ones. Yeah, whatever. The war in the Middle East could reach here too. Yeah, I could get run over by a bus tomorrow. Let's worry about everything and anything that can go wrong in the world, or try and live a good life. What do you reckon? I know what I'm doing. Feel free to worry. Worry on my behalf if you want. I'm going to concentrate on living my best life. Tahir Aerials. Tahil Aerials? Hello, hi. Where are you at, mate? I'm in my back garden in southern Russia, just outside a seaside resort town called Anapa. Swimming pool's covered up at the moment. So stick that into your Google Maps. A-N-A-P-A, that's Anapa, not Anapa, because that's in Cyprus. But Anapa in southern Russia, on the coast of the Black Sea, about 60 miles from Crimea. That's where I am, mate. Lindsay Saunders, no O. Okay. Andre, it's t-shirt warm already. Oh God, yeah, I could take my t-shirt off quite easily, Andre. And in about half an hour I will be, I'm sure, because the clouds are breaking. And as soon as that sun comes through, it's hot. Andrew, at work, this night is dragging by. Oh, I wish you wouldn't use that horrible word around me. It just brings back, memories. Yuck. Yuck. Ugh. Terrible word, that. Look at the state of this swimming pool cover. Need to wash it off. Game Boy, clean nature, good food, lots of people and much less. Okay. In short, you're at peace in Russia. I am. Andrew, right. I thought you were genuinely asking how to earn money on YouTube. I'm thinking, I'm an idiot, don't ask me. But yeah, I mean, I'm accused of a lot of things all the time. She's quite funny because none of it's true, but hey, haters gonna hate, aren't they? But yeah, I'm accused of that a lot. Must be paid by the Russian government to show the things that I show. What, my garden and me walking around a town? Yeah, must be paid by the Russian government. Well, all I can say, as I say many times, is I'm owed a few quid because I haven't had a check yet. Maybe it's in the post. These sanctions that have been imposed on us make me really angry. It doesn't make me angry. It's a futile attempt by the West to control, and doesn't work, hasn't worked. Yes, it has affected Russia, without a doubt, of course. We got cherries. Oh, I'll show you those in a minute. Wow. But as with everything in Russia, they find a way around. Look at that. Oh. Gimbal saying no. Look at that. The cherries are coming. And this tree gives a lot of cherries. A lot. In fact, I thought we just finished last season's cherries. Turns out we haven't. So I'm going to get cherry pie soon. Again. Lovely. And look at these. Apricots. Loads of them. Yum, yum, yum. And even this thing's chucking out fruit. I don't know what fruit it's chucking out, but... Oh, it's that time of year when stuff starts to grow. This tree always looks poorly, despite the spraying and trying to look after it. It always looks poorly, but God almighty, does it throw out some fruit. All of these branches just bend with the weight of the peaches that are hanging on them. Amazing. Probably 200 odd peaches that'll give that tree. How, I don't know, because it just looks not in the best of health. Leaves don't look great. Maybe somebody can tell me what we need to do with it, but it gets sprayed. We've asked at the local shop and we've got some stuff that we spray it with, but yeah, healthy, not so healthy. So I'd like to cure its ailments. It doesn't seem to stop it giving us fruit. Anyhow, I'm waffling about fruit. Grumpy Gamer, just found your YouTube channel this morning. With the way the UK is going, you got out just in time. That's all I hear. All I hear from you guys in the UK. And obviously I see the news. I see what's going on. And yeah, it's upsetting, it's shocking. But do you know what? Until people do something about it, instead of moan about it, it ain't going to change. And the trouble is, everybody is so separated. They've done such a good job of getting everybody to put up with it by division that nobody knows what to do anyway. The whole system is just, well, it's just rigged. But welcome, Grumpy Gamer. Welcome to the channel. Check out some of the videos. They're all weird and wonderful, so that's why my channel doesn't do so well. Because they're not all the same. God, that sun's out now. She's getting hot. So yeah, the YouTube algorithm doesn't like me much. Rick Food. I have a feeling all the idiots who call you Putin's puppet just had national pride and those, yeah. The trouble is, it is just, it's, most of it is fear. You know, they come on, talk a lot of crap, usually badly spelled, or spelt. And it's just based on no actual knowledge. It's just based on one side of a narrative that they've been spoon-fed, that they run with. They don't really give it any deep thought. They just grab hold of it. It's like all the people that stuck their flags out last year or the year before, waved their flags and stuck them on their car, and, you know, had a flagpole with a blue and yellow flag on it. Not based in any thought, it's just programming, isn't it? And now it's just fear. They just try and desperately hang on to that belief and, you know, just get more and more abusive. And it's because they're scared. They're scared of the reality. They're scared to believe something like my channel could actually be true. Because then what? I mean, their world falls apart. But that's all right. You can overcome that. I did. Andre, Islam radicals problem do exist in Russia, if we're honest. Hey, I can only ever speak about my experiences. I'm not going to deny it. But, you know, it's not what my channel's about. My channel is just showing what I see. And I know a lot of people don't like that because it doesn't fit the narrative. That's too bad. I'm not going to make stuff up. I'm just going to show you the reality and talk to you about it. Or my reality, let's be real. This is my reality. Games Boy, there are 2 billion Muslims in the world, so yeah, okay. Do you know, guys, I'm bored with hearing about Muslims being a problem, this being a problem, that being a problem. People are a problem. The more people that spew out that kind of stuff, the more hatred is added to the world. And for what? It's good and bad in every race, creed, colour and religion. Just try and be good. And you're not adding to it, are you? I think that idiot's hunting. Look at it. Oh, my brother was here. He had a mouse. Get out of it. Don't need any more. Alexei. This is hello. Yeah, I was looking for either Privyet, or I'm going to butcher this word because I'm a Brit trying to learn Russian. So I was looking for either Privyet or Zdravstvuyte. And that ain't either of them, I don't think. No. So it threw me. I'll have to learn how to say that word, Alexei, but thank you. Putin makes a policy. He settles in the country. The people of the former USSR support Ukrainians war. These are... Okay. JH, how are you? I'm good. Very good. Living my best life. Quite literally living my best life. Been a lot of things in the air today, so I'm guessing somebody's having a bad day. Faffo, innit? Anybody see Trump's post on Truth Social? Oh, don't think too hard, Chris. You'll laugh so much you'll lose it. America saved the world. America won the wars. America, America, America. Nothing against my American friends. But that is typical of the crap. I think Trump actually believes it. That's the trouble. He's surrounded himself with idiots. And I had high hopes for Trump. I'm not a Trump fan, but I had high hopes for him, I suppose. Oh, no, I didn't actually. That's not true. I knew he was going to be better than the other idiot. Old word salad. That was a given. But, unfortunately, he's listening to the wrong people. He's listening to warmongering people that have no understanding of what they're talking about. That's better. Can hear now. Yeah, so he's making bad decisions. And so far, was he 100 days into his presidency and has achieved nothing? Oh, no, it's not true. He did achieve something I think's a big deal. 2 genders. That's a big deal. Very big deal. But as regards Russia and Ukraine, nope. Game Boy, honestly, I'm done with it now. You know, have I corresponded with the Americans? No, I haven't. I was in Krasnodar for a couple of days, mate. So I've just been too busy, really. And I've got to be honest, I don't really know what to say. You know, it's a bit sort of weird, just what we call cold calling somebody in the UK. Hi, how you doing? My name's Chris. You don't know me, I don't know you, but you speak English. I don't know. I'm more than happy to help people, meet people, whatever. Oh, bloody hell, this I thought was dead, and it's still... It's throwing out green shoots, look at that. That's good. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure I will call them. I don't really know what to say to them other than, you know, they're English speakers in our village. But they're American, I'm English. We don't really have a lot in common other than we've both seen the light, I guess. And moved to Russia. And we speak a similar language. Don't get me started. Look at that. You see that? With love from Russia. And that's the symbol of Stalingrad. And that's the symbol that's being used this year to commemorate the 80th anniversary. Aside from the beautiful detailing that the laser engraver has done on that, CCCP stainless steel. Look at that. That's awesome. So there's my little pin. Love that. Check out the video I'll upload in a couple of days about that. Yeah, sorry Alexia, I was going off on a tangent. I do that a lot. It's probably because I've got no one to talk to, apart from you guys. JH, are you from England? Yes, I is. Cool cat. Game Boy. Which one? We got 5. One of them's in the doghouse, because he's a murderer. What are you looking for? Ripple. That is our Egyptian Mal. It's got a thing about water. Likes to go in the sink. Also likes to chase flies. Not sure it's playing with a full deck, to be honest. You're from Russia, the city of Peskov. I don't know where that is. My geography is not good. One, because I haven't looked, to be honest. I'm too busy sort of wandering around in awe of the country and the people. But 2, Russia's a big place. But where's Peskov? Or Pskov? Probably ruined that as well. JH, got my first paycheck from work today. Cool. Can't beat your first paycheck. Hopefully, most people's experience of their first paycheck is it's usually a bit more than they're expecting, because we always err on the side of caution, I suppose, and think, oh, I'm going to get this much tax and that much tax, And your first paycheck usually comes through more than you're expecting. It's like, oh, that's really cool. So hopefully it was more than you were expecting. Trust me, they'll take it back next month. Andre, no idea what that says, but thank you. Cherry lady. What's your favourite berry? Well, I'm pretty keen on cherries. Is there any way to send mail to the fatherland from the west? Well, apparently yes. Oh dear. Andrew, I'll have a look. I've seen somebody talking about a service that is available. Although that's from the UK to Russia, so I don't know if there's the same service from the US. Don't know, mate. Don't know. But I'll find out what I can. I've seen my aunt, who I've not seen in the last 4 years today. Cool. That's good. Take her out for lunch. We get a new paycheck. Grumpy Gamer. I like the eclectic mix. Thank you. I'm jealous, mate. If I was a few years younger, I would consider making a move myself. Who would have thought that Russia would be a beacon of freedom? Well, I think that's a good demonstration of what's wrong in the world. As you say, who would have thought? Well, why? Why is it such a shock? And I'm not directing this at you in any way, but it's all of us. This is our programming, isn't it, in the West? These are our thoughts based on what the TV tells us and the Hollywood movies and everything else. Russia bad, Russians bad. So that's our perception. So straight away, your comment is just how we all think, Who would have thought Russia would be? Well, why not? Well, the reason is because we're lied to. Here he comes, look. Go on, you murderer. Brr. Murderer. Not a little drag star. I'm hoping one day he'll grow into his legs will grow. His front legs they look too short. So I call him a dragster. He looks like he's jacked up. Still catch a mouse though, can't he? Yeah, our opinion of Russia is deeply flawed and jaded. Sean. Morning, Chris. Talking about UK, a live streamer named Kumar Monster is currently walking from York to Dover and was attacked on the council estate with sticks, rocks and eggs. Yeah. Oh, hello. What's going on here? Oh, I think the gimbal's died. Bear with. I suppose I haven't charged it for about, well, quite a while. So that's at it. So now we're in manual mode. Let's hope the stability of the iPhone's pretty good. Just now, I've got a bit of shaky. Yeah, Sean, I'd like to say I'm surprised, but I'm not. I'll show you this. Did you see the video I did on this months ago? My Russian multi-tool I dug out the garden about there when we first bought the house. It's just really cool. It's just one of these things that's very precious to me now. Love it. Absolutely love it. Love it. Andre, that's a good backyard, nicer than I has in Chatham. Did you open Saslock scene? Do you mean Shashlik? Yeah. Yeah, so plenty of use already. Oh, that sun's out now, she's getting warm. Yeah, there you go, Andre Shashlik. That's looks like that's spelt right as well. Well done. Andrew, money could do better than President Dirty Diaper and Cackling Kamala. And yes, I have been disappointed in him this time. Yeah, unfortunately. I I was hopeful because obviously after his first stint, he had his eyes opened, you know, that people will stand in front of him and lie. He found that out, which I think he was surprised about. I think he thought, being the president, nobody's going to lie to him. They're going to tell him the truth, and he just got a pack of lies in his first term, and I think that opened his eyes. But it looks like he's closed them again, and he seems to have lost that ability of critical thought, and he just seems to be some Susan woman who's somebody apparently that he heavily relies on, and she's spewing a load of garbage. And then you've got Walton, Rubio and Kellogg. And unfortunately, they're the people that are influencing his train of thought. And that means you're going down the wrong path, unfortunately, in the US. And it's not going to end well. But meanwhile, here in Russia, monkey, yeah, sorry, yeah, a monkey could do better. That makes more sense, rather than a money could. I was trying to figure that out, but thanks for that. My brain hadn't caught up. North Saskai. Hi, Chris. The lady on the flask is there. A statue of her in the north end of Krasnodar Street in Krasnodar. Oh, okay. Very likely, because there are quite a few monuments in Krasnodar, which I was hoping to film, but we just didn't get the time, which was a shame. But now the new road's open for us to get to Krasnodar. It's only a couple of hours now. So we can certainly go to Krasnodar more often. I do love it there. The park is amazing. Did you see the live stream I was doing from the park? Always cuts out when I get near the water feature, which is a shame. But the park's amazing. Never get bored with that. And the shopping centres and the little back streets and the main street as well. All the history, it's lovely. But I was hoping to do a lot of filming there, but it just didn't happen. We just were too busy. But yes, there's a memorial to Kuban Cossacks, 200-year anniversary memorial. And obviously this year, there's going to be a lot of stuff. Over the next couple of weeks, Krasnodar is going to look pretty cool, I think. Bisag Bazg. Well, hello, mate. Not sure if it's your typing or your spelling, or maybe a combination of both. What are you doing, you horrible thing? Yuck. Pretending I can't see you. Well, I can. Look. Horrible thing with 8 legs. Yeah. Yuck. Beautiful area backyard, thank you. This is a recording, is it? Okay. Whatever. Peskov is a place where I'm usually going, not far from Estonia border. Oh, okay. Have house 50 kilometres from there. Blimey. It's quite away from us then. Krusman, hi. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Grumpy Gamer. If you had to nail it down to 1 or 2 things, in your opinion, what is the best thing about living in Russia? 1 or 2 things. 1 thing, the people. 2 things, the people. Dear, it's a tough one. I'm not immersed in culture. I'm not a guy that goes to museums and all of that. So I don't want to be pretentious and go, oh, the culture, darling. But for me, it's so difficult to name 1 or 2 things because there's too much. What do I love about Russia? I love the climate. So climate here is equivalent to the south of France, basically. So the weather here is wonderful. I love the food because it grows all around us. It's all fresh. We eat nice fresh fruit and veg. Case in point, we have it growing in the garden. And it's just nice to eat some nice food and that kind of thing. I love the lifestyle that we have. You know, an outdoorsy kind of lifestyle, and that's certainly the thing in Russia, or in southern Russia. It's all about the outside. I love the sincerity of Russians, good and bad, whether they're telling you you're an idiot or they're treating you like yesterday, unbelievably well and with kindness from complete strangers. Yeah, I love the fact that crime is, well, certainly for us, it's been non-existent. I haven't seen any. I suppose really, if you think it's... Somebody once asked me after a bike crash, I lobbed a bike, and they said, what's the bike like? I went, They said, well, what's the damage? I said, well, it's easier if I tell you what's not damaged. It's an indicator and a number plate. Everything else was blitzed. And that is a little bit like living in Russia when people say, what do you like? It's easier if I say what I don't like. What I don't like is the price of cars. Don't like that. It's painful. There's a long pause now because I'm trying to think of something else I don't like. Yeah, there you go. That's what I mean. It's easier to tell you stuff I don't like. Tadpoles. What on earth are you lot doing there? So if some of you have seen my previous videos, you'll know that we get a frog or two in the garden. And we're just getting into noisy season with the froggies. I love froggies, so it doesn't bother me. They can get quite noisy at night. But yeah, I've been walking past thinking, I haven't spilt any paint there. And I just realised they're tadpoles. And they wriggle around in the grass. And then, in a few months, this grass will be a sea of froggies. And the cats will be running around like headless chickens. Although, to be fair, so far, cats haven't bothered the frogs. They just seem to be a bit inquisitive. But that's what this idiot's probably doing. Can hear the tadpoles rattling around. Yeah, sorry, Grumpy Gamer. I hope that helps. I know it's really vague, but it's just so difficult to say, what you like about Russia when the answer is everything. But definitely the thing that hits me day in, day out are the people. That's, their kindness and generosity and the warmth is just like something I've never experienced before. It's amazing. People here are wonderful. Sorry, I know it's an uncomfortable truth, as I've said, but it's just fact. I'm not talking about 146 million Russians across the entire country because I don't know them. I'm talking about my experience. My experience has been truly humbling. And completely the opposite of what I was expecting, despite being here for 2 years now. Morning from sunny Suffolk, UK. Whiskey Jack. Whereabouts in Suffolk? I come from Eastbourne, down on the south coast. Lexi, go for a walk in the Brow de Sceaux. Yeah, I've done that. Do love it there. I like the recently opened, I think they opened it end of last year or latter part of last year. Like what I would call the nature walk on the far side of the lake. There's like 3 or 4 routes you can take. We've walked around there a couple of times and definitely will be going back around there again. It's really pretty there. I do want to go on the boat that goes around the lake. just because, but I've done quite a few videos from abroad or so. The problem I have there is I can't live stream there because the connection's not great, and also my videos, as you know, are turn on, turn off, so I don't edit a load of stuff together. So walking around abroad or so, I'm not sure too many people will be interested in a 2-hour video. Andre, spiders are untouchable in Russia. Do you know that? Can't bother them inside the house. Also, and definitely you can't kill it inside the house. Andre, no, I didn't know that. But luckily, I've only seen a couple of itty bitty ones in the house, but I have seen some monsters in the garden. Some proper big ones. And I find a lot in the swimming pool, actually. They tend to obviously think salt water is a great place to go swimming. I usually find them at the bottom of the pool. Grumpy Gamer, great answer, mate, thank you. Oh, yeah, I mean, just have a look at, I think there's 280 videos on my channel now. Just go and, they're all random, just go and have a look. You'll hear, you'll see and hear different aspects, you know. Like I say, my videos aren't professional, they're very, very raw and basic. They're not all edited together, and that's on purpose. I don't want to edit stuff together. I don't want to give you anything other than a true and genuine experience, good, bad or ugly. That patio could do with a pressure wash, mate. Well, it's actually printed concrete, and that design is the design. It's called Cappuccino. So, yeah, that's what it looks like. But it needs cleaning over there, definitely. But certainly the swimming pool cover needs a clean. I wonder what the temperature is. Oh, let's have a quick look. Let's have a looky. Oh, 16.4 in the pool. This is the pool room. It's a bit of a mess. Oh, sump's closed. I better open the sump up. There we go. And yeah, need to chuck the robot into the pool, give it a clean. Right, let's try and catch up. Krasnodar, where did the sun go? I was hoping to get some from you. Well, at least you don't have snow like we have in Moscow. Yeah, so the weather's a bit weird this year. I mean, this time last year, it was hot, like summer proper arrived. But it's not really started. It's still warm for me as a Brit. The wife's inside with a coat on, I'm sure, but for me as a Brit, it's still warm. But yeah, it's not really got going yet. What picture did you eventually choose for the flask? Let me show you. So I didn't. Timur, the guy that did it for me, picked it. And it's that. That is now one of my favourite possessions. Love it, absolutely love it. Whiskey Jack, not far from Newmarket, bud. Oh, okay. I've seen so many UK and Russia now, and great to see real life and raw. Makes it more real. Thank you. That's the idea, you know. I don't, you know, nothing against the YouTubers that do all the editing and, you know, make a nice glossy thing. One, I can't be bothered. Two, I'm too thick. Yeah, it's just not for me. I do YouTube purely just to show you random stuff, you know, what I see Every day in Russia, good, bad. Some of the videos might be boring as hell to some people. Some stuff might be interesting, some stuff might be informative. It's all a mix. And same with live streams. I like to talk to people, I like to answer questions. But the point of it really is just not to make it look all professional and glossy, because it's never going to be that. Right from the start I've said it's never going to be that, and it's not going to change. There are plenty of channels that do that sort of stuff, but it's just not for me. But I'm more than happy to film something if somebody says, oh, what's somebody actually said to me, what's a Russian butcher shop like? What are the butcher shops like? Are there any? That kind of thing. So I did a little video the other day from the local butcher shop. And they're great. Really nice guys in there. Super friendly, super helpful. Lovely meat as well. We had some ribeye again the other night. God, I was hoping to do it on the grill, but I had to do it inside on the electric version, which is not the same. But the weather turned. So, oh well. Grumpy Gamer. Alright, sorry. Don't be sorry. Not a problem. It's difficult to tell with camera a lot of the time. Kim. Hi there from South Africa. Love being able to see what it's like to live in Russia. Yeah, I mean, this is my back garden at the moment, so you're not getting to see a lot of Russia. You're getting to hear an idiot talk a lot. But I'm happy to answer any questions you might have, Kim. Sean, he chose Motherland, calling Mamayev Kurgan. Okay. Christmas, great symbol of Russia. Yeah, especially poignant this year as well. Volgograd's not so far away from us, but I still haven't been there. Maybe one day. Yeah, fingers crossed. Whiskey Jack, let's say if I came into money, I know where I'd emigrate to with the family. The cultures are prominent, genuine, not lost like here. Great stuff. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm old, but a lot of people's the first reaction is, oh, if only I was younger. Well, I know a guy who's 78 who's moving from the UK, so you're never too old. And as for coming into lots of money, be surprised. Don't need as much as you might think. Case in point, our house is currently for sale on 900 square metres of land. Swimming pool. A few big terraces. So the terrace this side, down that side, is 12 metres long, 4 metres wide. And then across the back here is about 7-8 metres and about 3.5 metres wide. You've all seen around my house, so I won't bore you with it, but just to give you edited highlights. Garage is through here. So we keep the Tonka toy. And this is a place we use a lot. It's the sauna. This isn't. This is the shower room, clearly. This is the sauna. You've all seen that. Just some edited highlights. But this house is currently on the market for 21 million rubles, which I think in today's money, I don't know, 180, 190 grand. Don't know what you can buy in the UK for that money. Depends where you are in the UK, I guess, but couldn't buy a lot in my town for that money. Horses for courses. Andrew, sorry. Gotta go, Chris. We'll chat later. Yes, okay, mate. No problem. Whiskey Jack, I'm 45. Nice to see family life and traditions. You definitely ain't too old, mate. 190 grand. Thank you, gamer. Yeah, 45. I was a lot older than that when I came here. I'm younger now. I've decided I'm bored with this getting older malarkey. I'm gonna regress. I'm at that hump point in my life where I'm now going to go backwards. It's what we all do, isn't it? Start off as babies, grow up a bit, hopefully, just start to get life figured out and then regress back into being a baby, sitting in the corner, rocking, worrying about crap. Come on, sunshine. Let's have you out. Yeah, do I get political? Shall I? Do I? Don't really want to. But I think the latest direction that the West seems to be taking, well, they seem to have, in Europe, had a bit of an epiphany and sort of walked back a little bit from sending troops to Ukraine, which is a good thing. But the US is playing a game really that they don't understand, and so much could have been done. All Trump needed to do was come in and say, this ain't my war, this is Biden's war and Obama's war, it's not mine. Although he was the man that sent javelins and went, oh, sending javelins, woo, brilliant. But, you know, let's move that to one side. He could have made a difference with his presidency. He could have done. Unfortunately, the war hawks and the neocons have got their claws into him. And now I think he's lost. I think he's gone. I don't think he's going to do what he needs to do and push back against these people. I think the pressure is too great. I think the establishment has got hold of him. And, you know, it was looking promising at one point. But I think those days are over. Which is a shame. It's a big shame. Big opportunity lost. So, what are we going to see? What's going to happen? Well, I think what's going to happen is lots more people are going to get killed. And there's going to be a continuation of bad choices, bad policy, based on no knowledge of the Russian people or the country by the West. And they're going to keep waking up like Groundhog Day, going, well, this didn't work out, this wasn't supposed to happen like this. And then rather than learn from that, they're just going to double down on it, triple down, quadruple down, etc., etc., and go, oh, well, it must be because of this. And then they're going to have another go. Going to stick more sanctions on. When you're going to realise that don't work. Or they're going to talk about sending more arms. Yeah, great. Well, that ain't been successful either, has it? Let's face it, Russia is continuously moving forward despite what the West has done. And would you say the Western powers that have supported Ukraine, would you say that that is in its best position now? No, it's got weaker, isn't it? It's got worse. Meanwhile, because of the soggy season, because Russia, they think is weak, and they think, oh, it's a stalemate and all that, which is all crap, it's all lies. But they think because there hasn't been this massive attack that they were all expecting, that it's not going to happen. The reality is, it's been soggy season, so it's difficult to advance in 6 foot of mud. And that happens every year. But the forces have been building, and in a few more weeks it won't be soggy season anymore. And also I think where the Russian government has been sort of holding back for a while, tentative, hoping to see if Trump can make a difference, if something can be done. I think now, with the latest statements, I think there'll be an awakening. Well, not so much an awakening. I think, you know, they're just going to go, well, that's that. It ain't going to change. They aren't going to change. And I think over the next few weeks, I think the gloves are going to come off. And, yeah, the gates of hell will be unleashed. Whiskey Jack, do that over here with the rocking for sure. Kim, I'm seeing lots of families from Canada and Australia on YouTube that have also moved to Russia. They have young families and prefer their kids growing up with strong Russian family values. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the West pursuing the policy of these 4 letters that they clump together is just evil, absolutely evil. The indoctrination of children into that ideology is just pure evil. There's no other word for it. Andre, for 190 you can buy a garage. Yeah, you can get a studio flat, can't you? A 1-bedroom flat, maybe even a 2-bedroom flat in certain areas, but I don't think you will in the northern parts. I mean, it varies across the country, but if I'm comparing apples with apples, so here a Napa is the equivalent of my hometown in the UK. It's a seaside resort town. I couldn't buy this house in the UK, in my hometown. Not a chance. It'll be 4 times the price. No way. Sean, printed concrete looks good. Had a quote for a small 2-car driveway here in the UK, and it was extortionate. Yeah, I suppose it's expensive. I'll tell you what we paid, but bearing in mind it was 2 or 3 years ago now. 2 years ago, I think. Local firm did it, and we've got this tiled pattern around the back, all around the pool and down the sides. This mess was me. There was a water pipe coming out of there. I decided to get rid of it. I made a mess. Anyhow, so yeah, we've got this tiled effect around here, and then at the front we've got much more random effect. And I'll be honest, I wish I'd done this effect all the way around, because I prefer it now that we're living with it. But it's definitely dirty and needs cleaning. You all know India, Rosie? That was Rosie. She's a UK cat. She made the transition. Do you like it here in Russia, sweetie? All right. Rosie. Meow. Do you like Russia? Yeah, she looks pretty happy, doesn't she? You going in? Or you want to stay outside? In, out? In. Yeah, so I think we've got in total 330 square metres of concrete. And I think from memory it was around 900,000 rubles. 9 grand, something like that. Yeah. It was about 2 weeks' work, I think, for a team of guys. Interesting process. Lots of dust. But yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm impressed with that printed concrete. Yeah, blocks are very common. Block paving out here is everywhere. Everybody has it and does it. It's the most common. If you're a block paver in the UK, yeah, you could earn some money out here. But yeah, I don't know. I think the concrete probably was cheaper. I'm not sure at the time. There wasn't a lot in it, but we just wanted concrete, I think. Chrisman, 3 calls is all it would take. Call his generals, tell them to cut all life support to Ukraine. Call his European vassals and tell them to do the same. Yeah. Yeah, you know, Trump, talk. I want to end it. I want peace. No, you don't. If that was the case, you wouldn't be continuously supplying money, weapons, intelligence. It's easy. Easy. All he had to do was come in and say, not my war, I'm pulling the plug. We're pulling out. But they started that process about 16 months ago, which is the standard operating procedure. Modus operandi. It just hasn't fulfilled it this time. For some reason, there's an air of stupidity about them. I think they can win. Andre Krusman, he can't do it. He will be gone in a second, even if it's just that. Too much money was invested in that war. Elites want to get profit first. Yeah, they want their money back. Yeah, but what they want doesn't necessarily alter the outcome just because they want it. What is the patio stone? It's concrete. Nice one, good price and good choice. Prefer the tile pattern myself, but both look good. Not keen on block paving. The maintenance does my head in. Yeah, I think that was a big thing for us as well. Every individual block, you've got stuff growing through it all the time, so you're spraying it with weed killer. Even if it's sealed, it doesn't make any difference. I had a block paved driveway in the UK, and it was, yeah, a nightmare. The whole thing moves, no matter how good a substrate it goes down on. It moves. It all sinks where your car parks over a period of a few years. You know, you've got to re-sand it, you've got to pressure wash it, and you've got to clean. It's just hassle. I mean, this is 2 years old, and we haven't done a thing to it. I think I've washed it twice, maybe, in that period. We haven't done a thing to it. Sounds like froggies are woken up. Don't know if you can hear them. Ribbiting away. Andre, yeah, I know. I can't go puss, 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 or yeah, out here it's kiss, 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 kiss. Yeah. There's another one over there, look. On the prowl. That's a mole hunter, that one. Got a mole in the garden. And she's managed to restrict his activities to one corner over there. Yeah. Come on, sunshine. I mean, the wind's blowing in the right direction, so all of this lot is going to blow through, and the sun will come out later. I was hoping it would have been out by now. Blue skies over towards the Napa, as usual. Listen to them frogs. Maybe they know something. So, what else have we got on at the moment? Well, we've got somebody, YouTuber, coming round later. Do a bit of filming. Have a look at my channel under the community tab, and follow the link there. I did an interview for a local YouTuber, blogger, social media guy. And the video's on YouTube. Did it a couple of weeks ago now. It's got 31,000 views. It's going really well. Have a look at that. It was just me and him in our kitchen, just chatting, answering questions. You know, he's asking me, why Russia? A lot of people ask that. Why Russia? Why not? But yeah, good interviews, just really interesting. So have a look at that, check it out. Got to do a video with the car. Been asked about that as well. Must do a review of the car. In short, it's brilliant. Love the thing. But I must do a proper review. Yeah, can't really think off the top of my head what else we got planned, but that's typical. Just wake up, some days I turn the camera on, Some days we just head off out somewhere random. I'm sure there'll be a lot more coming over the next few days and a week or two regarding obviously 9th of May and the celebrations. Be down the town, maybe back to Krasnodar, maybe somewhere else. Who knows? Whiskey Jack came up as suggested. Ah, cool. Oh, good. Christmas. Somehow the final part of my comment didn't appear. Third call would be to Z calling for unconditional surrender. Yeah. Well, 15 minutes, not even 24 hours. Yeah, yeah. What should have happened? He talked a lot. He's failed to deliver, unfortunately, Mr. Trump. The talk was good. As they say, the plan was brilliant, but it has been executed with Neolithic incompetence. Grumpy Gamer, yeah, I watched it, and that's also how I ended up here. You want to see more of the car? Yeah, I want to see more of the car. Loved the car. Let's go and shoot the car. I do love the car. Might lose signal in the garage though, that's the only thing. But the car is epic. It's a Chinese version of well, much like the Mitsubishi Shogun is, as they say, a Japanese version of a Range Rover, or a Japanese Range Rover. I'd say our H9 is a Chinese version of a Range Rover. Now, having owned the Haval that I've got now, and also being a previously owner of a very nice Mitsubishi Shogun, I can categorically 100% confirm that the Haval is much better than the Shogun in every way. The Shogun is a tractor in comparison. The Haval is much, much more refined, much more capable. So yeah, I would definitely recommend the Haval over the Shogun. If money was no object, and it wasn't about money, would I have a Range Rover, a new Range Rover, over the Haval? Yes, I would. If money was no object. If I didn't have to worry about paying the bill or buying the thing, and I didn't have to worry about it breaking down, you know, magic happened when it broke down, or they gave me a like-for-like loan car, or, you know, I wasn't inconvenienced at all, then no, I'd definitely pick a Range Rover. But that's not the real world. So would I pick a Range Rover at 5 times the price? No, not a chance. So the Haval H9 is a good car, and I'm a car guy, but this thing is brilliant. It's filthy dirty, but it's brilliant. But I will do a proper review of it. Ooh, bit of Tom Ford. Ooh, smells nice. Yeah, really, really good bit of kit. 7 seats. Very, very capable car. Love it. Very impressed with that. Niffin Gigi. Are there regulations on fence height, home extensions? Yes. So I think for our development the fence height is 2 meters. I think. But there are some very simple sort of administrative restrictions. You know, I think if you build your house, it needs to be 3 meters from your boundary. And then there are restrictions on things like planting trees next to your boundary and stuff like that. There's a certain distance. But then apart from that, it's very, very much, you can do what you like with it. It's like you buy your land and decide what house you're putting on it, if you're buying from a developer, and then you can tell the developer where you want the house. So we could have built the house at the back here if we wanted and had all front garden, but we've done it this way because we wanted back garden. So we've got a big drive. We can put 2 cars on the drive, 1 in the garage, but we wanted a big garden, obviously, for the pool and to enjoy the garden, barbecues, and have the privacy, and that's what we've ended up with. Olga said hi. Hi, Olga. Yeah, I know. Like I say, I'm a car guy. 33 years I spent in the automotive industry. I think I'm quite well versed in cars. And yeah, 10 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, I wouldn't have gone near a Chinese car. But they are not the same anymore. That thing is built really well. It's really nice to drive. Extremely comfortable. It's got things like double glazing, heated seats, obviously, air-conditioned seats, heated steering wheel, radar-guided cruise control, lane departure, hill start, hill assist, hill descent, electronic lockable diffs, all 3 of them, so the front diff, centre diff and the rear diff. Yeah, it's got emergency braking assist, you name it, it's fully spec'd. Monster sunroof. Yeah, it's a good car, it really is. It's a long way different from what they were even 5 years ago. Andre, Russian saying, Gladka, Blina, can't do the na Bumaga. I can't, I'm going to butcher it. It looked good on paper, but they forgot about the ravines. Yeah. It looks great. Yeah, it's a great car. I will do a review of it. I've done a couple of sort of bits, but not like a full-on review. But have a look at the channel, you'll find it. Love Putin's shared values visa. I share the values, but sadly working in F1 motorsport, not sure I could make a living. What did you do in the automotive industry out of interest? So I worked in accident repair. Had my own business for many years, and then got approached by BMW to have a look at some plans that they had for a body shop. Initially, what do you think of these, was the conversation. And at the time I was doing a lot of the work for them. And I looked at the plans and just sort of said, well, do you want me to be honest? Yes. I'm like, crap. Why? There's nothing right about these plans. Just a terrible design, bad use of the space, won't work, won't generate a lot of revenue. Certainly not going to maximise the revenue out of the space. Well, we've had a company that only builds body shops. They specialise in body shops all around the world, and they've designed it. So you asked for my opinion. My opinion is that it's crap. And then, challenge accepted. You think you can do better? And I said, yeah, my daughter could do better. And at the time, she was about 6, 5. So yeah, I then designed an initial body shop, and the project sort of grew and developed over time, over about a year. And then they made an offer that I couldn't refuse. And that was to come and oversee the build of my design and staff it and grow the business. And that's what I did. So I sold my business and grew the body shop business for BMW into the, according to BMW metrics, it was the best BMW body shop in the country at the time. That's got me an all expenses paid trip to Canada, which was amazing. but that was my reward from BMW for being top of the tree, which I'm very proud of. There's a lot of work went into it, but I grew the business, ended up with at one point about 19 staff, I think. Split the business into 2 sites, 2 body shops, and it was the most successful body shop for BMW in the UK. Beat all the big boys. I was told that we couldn't. In fact, my head of business at the time asked me what my goal was very early on, and I said to be number 1, and he laughed at me, literally laughed me out of his office, and said, yeah, I think you need to be realistic with your goals and aspirations, Chris. Yeah. But fair play to him, he did actually eat humble pie when we did exactly that, became number 1. But yeah, that was 33 years in body shop, at a high level. And for fun, I was also involved in racing, but not Formula 1, not 4 wheels, 2 wheels, bike racing, supermoto, superbike. Yeah, I understand the challenges. Whiskey Jack, the shared values visa. Oh yeah, we did that. Good. I think the problem would be the driving licence. We'll need to really nail the language, as I think people need to take a Russian driving test. Be good to know for sure. Right, so Whiskey Jack, I'm going to clear this up because there is a lot of talk. A lot of bloggers or vloggers have talked about this, YouTubers, and have said that if you get TRP, once you get TRP, you only have 1 year to pass the driving test. Now, I've spoken out about that because I've said that that's stupid. I can come to Russia on a temporary residency for 3 years without the language test, without speaking the language or the history or knowing the laws. But to drive in Russia, it looked like, I'll say looked like, it looked like I would need to learn the language and pass the driving test in a year. And that didn't make any sense. It really didn't. I can live in the country for 3 years without speaking the language, but I can't drive. And it, like I say, it just didn't make any sense. And lots of people were posting articles about it, and I saw lots about it. So I did some digging. And I cannot find anything in the law that says as a temporary resident you have to pass the driving test. So I went to the local driving agency where they do all the testing and driving licences and asked them, and they said no. If you're on temporary residency, you do not need to pass the Russian driving test if your country is part of the Vienna Convention, which Britain is. Didn't bother to ask about the US, which isn't part of the Vienna Convention. But that's what they told me. So then, like I say, I went and found the specific law that relates to it, and there's no mention of temporary residency. And then I went to Maria Butina's site, Welcome to Russia. And again, there is no mention of passing the driving test on temporary residence permit. So this, from what I can tell, is a load of media hype and speculation, not reality. And you have to remember that the government make the laws in the country, not media. So this may, from what I can tell, may have been something that was proposed, and the media looks like they've run with it. But it's not based in any reality that I can find. So, as I understand it, you do not need to pass the Russian driving test to drive whilst on a temporary residence permit. However, if you apply for permanent residency and get that, you have 1 year. So 1 year from permanent residency to pass the driving test. And again, I've had lots of conversations surrounding it. Common thing, you hear is, oh, you just buy a driving licence. And I had a heated discussion with somebody, because that was their attitude, and, you know, oh, foreigners this, foreigners that. And I was like, well, the only people that I've ever heard say about buying a driving licence are Russians. I've never heard a foreigner come to this country and say to me, oh, you can buy a driving licence. I only ever heard it from Russians. Case in point, I haven't seen it or come across it, and my answer was, if you can't speak Russian, how do you find these people that can get you a driving licence? It's all you know, my uncle's dad's brothers, aunts, cousins, budgie kind of story. So, yeah, so that's how it is. The law says at the moment you do not need to pass the Russian driving licence or driving test when on temporary residency. So I hope that helps. Inga, Canadian family, United Kingdom, Russia, don't see Russian drives car. Yeah, exactly. So they've certainly been here a while, those guys, and they drive, and they don't speak Russian. So, yeah. Like I say, from what I can tell, it was a media article in TASS, and there was another media article. But that's what they are, they're media articles. It doesn't always mean they're based in reality. And I read the TASS article, and it starts off with the headline, foreigners must pass the Russian driving test on TRP, permanent residency and citizenship. And I get it on citizenship and permanent residency to a degree, but not on TRP. But then when you read through the article, halfway down it drops the TRP and talks about permanent residency and citizenship, and then the last bit it just says about citizenship. So it kind of contradicts itself, which is often the case with media. They don't always get it right. So to me, it just feels like somebody may have proposed it as a law change, and then the media has sort of got a bit of ahead of themselves and sort of pumped it out as it is going to be law. And maybe it will be one day. I mean, I think it would be stupid, to be honest. It doesn't make any sense with TRP. But who knows? But as I say, it seems to be media articles, not based in the law. And I've got a copy of the law. And the law states that it is not a requirement on TRP. And as I say, on Maria Buttina's website, if you look at that, Welcome to Russia, or Maria Buttina, the spy who wasn't. If you don't believe me, you can ask the question. Yeah. Francisco Andres Montes Torres. Wow. Hello from Rostov-on-Don. Love that H9. I think Chinese cars already the present and future automotive industry. They have just... The thing is, they were completely dismissed, much like crypto was dismissed by the banking system. They were dismissed as a joke. Ha ha. No point in worrying about them. Ha ha ha. Now look at them. Like I say, 10 years ago, and maybe even 5 years ago, nobody really would have looked at a Chinese car. But they aren't the same. They're a different ball game now. My battery's going. Shall I see if I can plug it in before it completely dies? Hey, can you... Turns out the battery was flat. Better wrap the stream up now, because there's not a lot of life left in this battery power pack now. I don't like leaving a stream without answering the questions. Whiskey Jack, thanks for clearing that up. My pleasure. Sean, car looks great. We've got a couple of Chinese cars in the UK now, not just the MG. Got a Motor 5, okay, and a JQ. They look like brilliant value. Your Motor 5 looks like my friend's Lexus, but after price. Yeah, exactly. Whiskey Jack, how long can you stay out there for? As after 3 years, what happens? Or hopefully you will have nailed the language as well. So 3 years on temporary residency. I was on a family visa for 1 year. My understanding is that once your temporary residency runs out, you can do one of two things. you can have already applied for permanent residency during that time, in which case you've got to take the language test and obviously understand the law and the history, or you can reapply for temporary residency, is my understanding. But I would like to think that I should be able to pass with 3 years, I hope. Francisco, still here. Thank you. Thank you for hanging on in there. Grumpy Gamer, thanks, mate. My pleasure. Sam Highland. It's not used to be. Sam, what are you saying? Used to be a model? How rude. So rude. Anyway, caught up with the questions. Some of you guys came back. Some of you hung in there when my battery died. And I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, check out the channel. Have a look at some of the videos. Please hit the like button. It really does help. YouTube is a bit of a bugger and the algorithm is a pain. So it's only through you guys hitting the like button, sharing. You can double tap the screen like that. Yeah, please share, because without you guys doing that, the channel ultimately dies. And yeah, it's not all fancy editing and glossy. So yeah, but thanks for joining me. I'm glad I managed to get back on just to answer those last couple of questions. And yeah, as I always say, I'll see you in the next one.